All right, so in this video here, we're going to take a look at graphic form and how we can use it to create an equation. So I'm going to explain graphic form, what it represents, and then how we can make an equation based on, in this case, we're going to use a line on a graph. So first things first, graphic form looks like this. Y equals mx plus b, where we have to know, or we're figuring out the relationship between the x and the y values. So every equation that we have for a linear equation is going to be used, will be describing the relationship between the x and the y value. So how is the x value affecting the y value, or how does the y value affect the x value? And really it's those other numbers, in this case it's going to be the m and the b number, which are going to determine how that relationship works. So what do they represent? Well, first of all, we have this m value. It represents the slope of the line. Maybe you've seen already that m represents slope. So we use m to represent the slope of a line. Slope of a line is rise over run. Okay, change in y over the change in x. And that's what we use for it. The second one there, that b, represents the y-intercept of the line. It represents where it crosses over the y-axis. Okay, so if you look at the little graph on the right there, it represents like -2. That's where it crosses over, which we'll get into in just a minute as we finish this example. But it also can represent the starting point of a problem. So if this is something where a line is going up, but it starts at a certain point, that starting point is going to be our b value. It's our y-intercept. Now, how do we create the equation for this line? First of all, we're going to figure out the slope, and we're going to use rise over run to do that. You can count it out on this little graph here. We're going to have from the point on the left to the point on the right where the A is, it's going to be a rise of 2 and a run of 8. Now, as a teacher, I will always ask you to simplify this into lowest terms, and so please make sure that you have 1/4 as your answer for slope. Even if you're in a different class or have a different teacher, you will most likely be asked to simplify it down to its simplest form, and I will always leave it as a fraction. Okay, it helps us to draw things out a little bit better as well, especially if it is something less than 1. Then we find the y-intercept. It's right there. You can see that little yellow dot at 0, -2, which means that our b value, which is going to scoot over there, there we go, is -2. All right, so now we know the m value, we know the b value. We can take them and we can put the m value in there, right in front of the x. So we're multiplying the x by 1/4. That means that the y is going up by 1/4 each time x goes up by 1, so not very much. And then the b value is going to scoot its way down there, and we're going to be subtracting by 2. So here's your equation for the given line. You are able to now use this equation to solve for any other value that might be on the line, whether it's something in between the points we know, or whether it's something where we're extrapolating and going on either side of the points we know. All the best and happy math.